So let me pose a question to you. Let's say there's somebody in a lot of financial debt. They have student loans, they have credit card, they have so many, they're just in a lot of debt. So let's say it's about $80,000 worth of debt. So their strategy to get out of debt is going to be to play the lottery. So at least once a week, they're going to put $1, $5, $10 on lottery tickets in hopes of winning millions of dollars that will be able to cover their debt and have extra money. Playing the lottery will solve all of their problems. Now, how many people in here think that's actually a good strategy? Like nobody, right? Like that's one of the worst financial decisions you possibly can make. That is the worst strategy to get out of debt. Because why? Because the probability of winning the lottery is so small that it's like a waste of money. It's like you're just giving money away. That's kind of the same thing we're doing when we choose to suspend students. We've collected enough data over the last 3 decades to know that suspending students is not working. Like suspending students because to change their behavior is not working. But yet we continue to suspend students because it makes us feel comfortable. Because that's really what that person that's buying lottery tickets and to get out of debt is doing. They're doing something that makes them feel comfortable that they're trying to fix their situation. When they go pay for those lottery tickets, they have hope until those numbers come out. Just like when we suspend students, we have a hope that we're going to change their behavior however many days they're going to be out of school. But when that person plays the lottery and those numbers come out and they don't hit, they're probably more dejected than before they paid for the lottery tickets. Well, that's the same exact thing that happens when we suspend a student, right? When we suspend them, we feel like, you know what, we did something. They're going to change their behavior because we gave them a consequence. But the reality of it is, when they come back 2, 3, 10 days later, nothing has changed. The reason why is because we've done nothing to change the behavior. The only thing we did was create a false hope within ourselves that the behavior is going to change based on something that we did that we have statistical data that shows us that it won't work. What the person that is in debt needs to do is figure out how to get out of debt. And that's not something that happens overnight. That's something that's going to take planning. That's something that's going to take discipline within themselves. That's something that you really can't do alone in a lot of cases. You're going to need help. You're going to need to pull maybe a financial planner in. You're probably going to need some financial role models, people that have been in this situation before that can help you get out. You're probably going to need to change the people that you're around because maybe the group you're surrounded by is part of the reason why you're in the position that you're in. You're going to need to change your behavior in order to change your circumstance. And that's not something that's going to change overnight. We have to look at the same thing when we're looking at a student's behavior. What can we do that can change the circumstance that is causing this student to act the way that they're acting? What are the root causes that are leading to the behaviors that is causing this student to put themselves in a position to where we feel we need to give them a consequence? And what can we do to change the behavior? Now, that's going to take some thinking, that's going to take some work, but the one thing we do know is that if we don't think about it, if we don't do the work, we're going to continuously have the same problem over and over and over. Because the same thing, if we continue just to suspend this student every single time they get in trouble, the same thing is going to happen to the person that continues to buy the lottery ticket. That person that continues to buy the lottery ticket every single week is going to deal with the same exact financial stress until they come up with a plan to change their circumstance. And so that's what we need to be looking to do with our students. How can we to change their circumstance to push them in the right direction in order to get their behavior in line with where it needs to be? That's not something that's going to happen overnight. But the one thing we do know is that we're going to continuously have the same exact problems, whether they're financial or behavioral, if we continue to do the same thing looking for the quick solution.